Trucks weren't built to stay within limits. They looked like pickups, but the way they moved told a completely different story. More power than expected, more speed than necessary, and once you see what they were capable of, you'll understand why they stood apart. 8. 1991 GMC Syclone. Instant acceleration defines this machine, and the moment it launches forward, it becomes clear that it was built to challenge expectations rather than follow them. The 1991 GMC Syclone arrived at a time when pickup trucks were still seen primarily as work vehicles. Instead of focusing on utility, it was engineered to deliver sports car-like performance in a compact truck platform, creating something that felt completely out of place in its own segment. Weighing around 3,600 pounds, the truck maintained a relatively light structure for its class. That lower weight played a major role in how effectively it could use its power, allowing it to accelerate far quicker than most people expected from a pickup. Under the hood sat a turbocharged 4.3-liter V6 engine, producing around 280 horsepower and delivering approximately 350 pound-feet of torque, giving it strong output. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.3 seconds, which made it faster than many sports cars of its time. What stands out immediately is how aggressive the acceleration feels. There's almost no delay. The power arrives suddenly, pushing the truck forward with a force that feels surprising for its size. From the outside, the design looks clean and understated, with subtle details that don't fully reveal its performance capability. It doesn't rely on flashy styling, which makes its speed even more unexpected. Inside, the interior feels simple and functional, with minimal emphasis on luxury. The cabin reflects its purpose, focused more on driving than comfort. Instead of offering a balanced mix of utility and refinement, this machine is built around performance. It sacrifices practicality to deliver speed in the most direct way possible. The driving experience feels sharp and controlled, with an intensity that keeps the driver fully engaged. Push it harder, and it responds instantly, reinforcing its performance-focused identity. At a time when most trucks were limited by design and expectation, this machine crossed boundaries in a way that made it feel almost unacceptable for its era. Experience it properly, perform expectations rather than follow them. The 1992 GMC Typhoon took a different approach by combining utility styling with high-performance engineering, creating something that felt completely out of place in its category. Under the hood sat a turbocharged 4.3-liter V6 engine, producing around 280 horsepower and delivering approximately 350 pound-feet of torque, giving it strong output. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 5.3 seconds, which made it incredibly quick for its size. Weighing roughly 3,800 pounds, the vehicle maintained a balanced structure that allowed it to stay stable under acceleration. That weight, combined with its all-wheel drive system, helped it deliver power effectively. What stands out immediately is how smooth yet forceful the acceleration feels. Instead of hitting suddenly, the power builds and then pushes forward with a strong, controlled surge. From the outside, the design looks understated and practical, with a clean shape that doesn't reveal its performance capability. That simplicity makes its speed even more surprising. Inside, the interior feels functional and focused, with minimal emphasis on luxury. The cabin supports driving rather than comfort, keeping attention on performance. Instead of offering a traditional utility experience, this machine prioritizes speed and responsiveness. It sacrifices some practicality in favor of delivering a more engaging drive. The driving experience feels composed and controlled, allowing the driver to use its power with confidence. Push it further, and it continues to respond smoothly without losing stability, reinforcing its performance-focused design. At a time when vehicles in this category were not expected to be fast, this machine challenged that idea in a way that made it stand out immediately. 3. 1990 Chevrolet 454 SS pickup. Big block presence defines this machine from the first moment it fires up, and once it starts moving, it becomes clear that it was built to deliver torque in a way few trucks of its time could match. The 1990 Chevrolet 454 SS pickup took a straightforward approach by placing a massive engine into a full-size truck platform. Instead of focusing on balance or refinement, it emphasized raw low-end power, creating a driving experience centered around strength. Weighing roughly 4,600 pounds, the truck carried a heavy implanted feel. That weight helped maintain stability, but it also limited how quickly it could translate power into speed. Under the hood sat a large 7.4-liter V8 engine, producing around 230 horsepower and delivering approximately 385 pound-feet of torque, giving it strong pulling capability. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 7.7 seconds, which felt slower than expected given its size. What stands out immediately is how the torque arrives early. It pulls strongly at low speeds, but doesn't maintain the same level of intensity as acceleration builds. From the outside, the design looks bold and purposeful, with a simple yet aggressive stance that reflects its muscle-inspired identity. It makes a strong visual impression without unnecessary details. Inside, the interior feels basic and functional, with limited focus on comfort or modern features. The cabin supports its purpose but lacks refinement. Instead of offering a balanced experience, this machine focuses heavily on raw strength. It sacrifices agility and responsiveness in favor of delivering power in a more traditional way. The driving experience feels heavy but controlled, with a steady sense of force rather than sharp acceleration. Push it further, and the limitations become more noticeable as speed increases. At a time when performance trucks were still evolving, this machine took a bold step by prioritizing engine size over efficiency. Spend time with it, and what becomes clear is that its identity isn't about speed alone, but about how it delivers power in a way that feels solid, direct, and unmistakably strong. Some builds go further than they should. 2. 1970 GMC Sprint SP454. Hidden performance defines this machine, and the moment it begins to accelerate, it becomes clear that it was built to surprise rather than announce its capability. The 1970 GMC Sprint SP454 shared its roots with muscle-focused platforms, yet it carried a more understated identity. Instead of drawing attention immediately, it delivered its impact through performance that exceeded expectations for its category. Under the hood sat a massive 7.4-liter V8 engine, producing around 450 horsepower and delivering approximately 500 pound-feet of torque, giving it extreme output. It could accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 5.6 seconds, which made it incredibly quick for a vehicle with utility roots. Weighing roughly 3,800 pounds, the vehicle maintained a balanced structure that helped it stay stable under acceleration. That weight allowed it to manage its power effectively while still feeling responsive. What stands out immediately is how smoothly the power builds before delivering a strong surge. It doesn't feel chaotic, instead it pushes forward with controlled intensity. From the outside, the design looks clean and understated, with minimal visual cues that hint at its true performance capability. It blends in more than it stands out. Inside, the interior feels simple and functional, with a focus on driving rather than luxury. The cabin reflects its purpose without unnecessary additions. Instead of offering a traditional pickup experience, this machine leans heavily into performance. It sacrifices practicality to deliver a more engaging drive. 1. 1995 Ford F-150S VT Lightning prototype. Experimental intent defines this machine, and the moment it begins to move, it becomes clear that it was built to explore limits rather than follow production expectations. The 1995 Ford F-150 SV T-Lightning prototype represented a step beyond the standard performance truck formula. It wasn't created for mass production in this exact form, but to test how far a full-size pickup could be